way, I don't know if you saw the creamer that I put into this coffee, but I just found it at Whole Foods. It's a brand new item there. It's the Oatly Mocha Creamer. So it's an oat-based chocolatey creamer. It's so good. It's so thick, creamy, and not too sweet. I 10 out of 10 recommend. So I have never done a hobby vlog on this channel, and I don't know if hobby vlogs are a thing. All I know is that I have recently been seeing some of my favorite creators do like reading vlogs, and so I decided that I would kind of take a version of that and turn it into a hobby vlog, because today I have a day off and I want to dedicate the entire day to just hobbies. Several of my hobbies, not just one thing. So, and I won't go overboard, I promise you. I do know that partaking in too many hobbies can also be overwhelming, so I am going to space out said hobbies throughout the entire day. You'll see in this video, obviously, but I am going to be partaking in 3 hobbies, and we'll go into it. But I am so excited to do a video that is just dedicated on fun things that bring me individual joy, and hopefully it will give you a good example, a good look into how we can embrace things that bring us individual joy on the day-to-day. I know this is not super realistic because it's a day off, but maybe it will spark something in you to take a day off to yourself, or the next time you have a day off, maybe it's a weekend, or it will give you some sort of inspiration to implement small bits and pieces throughout your day if you don't have a day off. I totally think that it's doable. If you have been on this channel for a really long time, and if you have, I appreciate you, but you would know that anytime I've had a day off in the past, historically, I would dedicate morning to night, the entire day, to more work, because of course I work a 9 to 5 and I also do content creation, so it's sort of like 2 jobs. And so I would take that day off from my 9 to 5 and dedicate it 100% to my content creation, which is not a day off actually, right? And so I'm trying to shift, I'm trying to rebalance my whole work-life situation. I think I did a pretty solid job in 2023, but we're really amping it up in 2024. And so this video is the first of its kind on this channel, and it just makes me so happy that we're making that shift, and I can actually feel or reap the benefits of what I have been working on over the past year plus on my slow living journey, and hopefully it inspires you to do the same or something similar. I'm gonna finish this coffee, and I will be completely transparent here. While I finish my coffee, I am actually writing a newsletter, and I have to send out my newsletter for Monday morning. It's Monday when I'm recording this, so one bit of work, but I promise after I do the newsletter and send it out, that's it. And I actually think writing my newsletter is a lot of fun, so I'll let it slide. We're gonna let it slide. Okay, oh my gosh, I hope this angle is okay, but I just successfully sat down for a full hour and read on my Kindle. I am so proud of myself for like sticking to that and not getting distracted and going on my phone. But anyway, let me give you a bit of a reading update, because as you can tell, I'm reading on my Kindle right now, and that is not what I was originally reading. If you have been watching my videos over the past few weeks, you'll know that I was reading The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. And when I first decided that I was going to read The Goldfinch, finally, I did not anticipate how long of a book, how big of a book it was until it arrived, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just committed myself to a very large book. And I love The Goldfinch so far. I'm like 60% through, very much enjoying it. It's just that it's a large book to get through, and I'm a massive mood reader, so it's very hard for me to get through large books, generally speaking. So I am currently not in the mood to read it right now, especially because I got sick a couple of weeks ago. I put it down, and then I just haven't picked it up since. And I don't know, it's just intimidating to me right now because it's so large, and I just don't want to get into it right now. That's just the mood that I'm in. Instead, what I have been doing is reading or listening to audiobooks, and I finished 2 audiobooks already for the year while simultaneously trying to get through The Goldfinch. And the last one that I finished was I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, and that one was pretty heavy, especially listening to it being read by the author. So I have just been craving a book, a story that is short, fast-paced, and fun. And the Goldfinch is unfortunately just not that right now. So what I did was I went on Instagram and I asked people, like, do you have any book recommendations for short, thrilling, fun reads? And my friend recommended to me Slade House. I can't remember the author's name, so I'll put it on the screen, but she recommended that book to me and it sounded like exactly what I needed, and I got it on the Kindle, and so that's what I was reading for the past hour. I just started it, and it is hitting all of the marks. It's exactly what I needed right now. It's fast-paced. There's a lot of wild stuff going on, so it's entertaining. It's spooky. I'm a big spooky reader, as you all know, and I'm just having a lot of fun. So I actually got through about 77 pages here, and the book is a little over 200 pages. So I'm almost to the halfway point, and I just sat down here for an hour and read. So it has been a very good experience thus far with this book, and I might finish it today. I might finish it tomorrow if I dedicate just another couple of hours to it. I should really look into reading more books that are like very short, because that's just my thing. I don't know, maybe it's the attention span, maybe it's the moodiness, I don't know what it is, but I feel really, really accomplished after sitting here for an hour uninterrupted. I didn't really check my phone. I checked it maybe a couple of times. I got up to use the bathroom like once, but generally speaking, that was a very successful hour, and I feel so good. I feel like I'm starting off this hobby vlog on a very good note. Just for you Goldfinch lovers, I will finish Goldfinch because I am thoroughly enjoying it, but anyway, that is my reading update for now. Okay, so the next hobby, and I don't know if you can see Logan, he just had his lunch, I just had my lunch, so we're kind of chilling in the kitchen right now, but the next hobby that I'm going to work on today, I think can be considered to be a hobby, even though technically it is a course. The reason why I think this is a hobby or a hobby adjacent is because the Artist's Way is a course, of course, I didn't mean to be corny there. It's a course that's kind of self-guided, first of all, but second of all, it's to help you reinvigorate your creativity. And so I find this to be a little bit aligned with my art and my painting and stuff like that. So it's adjacent, and I think it counts because it's helping me in the long run do more of my painting. So we're gonna call this a hobby today. I think it counts. Every week you essentially go into a chapter here. So the chapters are based off of weeks, and I did week 1, but kind of not really. I read week 1 in this, and I didn't know exactly what to do. As you can see, I have tabs here, but the one gray tab that I have here, or dusty pink tab, is tabbed to a list of assignments. And I don't think I did any of the assignments from week 1. I don't know, they're kind of listed in a vague way where I don't really get if I'm supposed to be approaching them literally, or am I supposed to take it and kind of run with it and do whatever I feel is right when it comes to the prompt. I don't know, I'm confused, but what I'm gonna do today is sit down and actually look at it again and see how I'm gonna approach week 1, and then I'm gonna start week 2, because technically I started week 1 a number of weeks ago. Gonna get into it. I have my sticky notes that I usually use when doing the Artist's Way. It came in like a set of 10 or something like that, and they were all a bunch of different colors. These are so great. I love them. I will link them down below if you're interested. Okay, so I don't know why I was so confused the first time I went through those week 1 tasks, because when I went back just now, they were quite literal. So I took my book out that I usually do for my morning pages, and I did pretty much 90% of the tasks that were assigned to me. I would say week 1 is now complete after sitting with it for some time here, and now I'm gonna start week 2. Okay, so I just finished the reading part of the week 2 in the Artist's Way. The other part is just doing the tasks, but I think I'm going to take a break and actually do the tasks throughout the week instead of all at once like I did today mistakenly. But I did want to share a quick line from the reading part, because I think it was a really nice passage to read and think about, especially when it comes to slow living, because it really encapsulated the mindset that I try to share with you guys when it comes to slow living, or at least a bit of the mindset practice that I like to talk about when it comes to slow living. But anyway, it says, the truth is we all knew how she stood it. She stood it by standing knee deep in the flow of life and paying close attention. Dad's cough is getting worse. We have lost the house. There is no money and no work, but the tiger lilies are blooming. The lizard has found that spot of sun. The roses are holding despite the heat. And the first thing that I thought was slow living, and how funny it is that it showed up in this book when it comes to mindset, because this book is about creativity, not necessarily about slow living, but it shows just how important slow living mindset is when it comes to all areas or many areas in your life. Gonna take a break for a little bit and then I'll jump into another hobby. But of course, I do want to also reiterate that part of this hobby vlog is to also focus on rest and not jump from hobby to hobby and overwhelm myself in that way, because that can also happen. I'm gonna just chill for a bit. All right, y'all, I am back on the couch as it should be. And I am going to indulge in another hobby. You might have seen this one coming if you have been watching my videos as of recent, but I am going to do a little bit of gaming. And what I have here, if you have no idea what this massive thing is, this is a Steam Deck OLED. I got this for Ian for Christmas, and I'm pretty sure this is the best gift I've ever given him. He uses this non-stop to a point where I don't even get to use it. Not that I need to. It's not my gift, it's his. But I absolutely love playing on the Steam Deck OLED. It is so much fun, and essentially you can play like any computer game that you have on your computer on this, and it's just great quality and all of that good stuff. But because I am spending this day off by myself, I am able to play on the Steam Deck, and I am going to play Poppy Playtime. So this is the game that I have been playing as of recent, whenever I get a chance to. It is creepy. It's essentially you kind of doing an investigation, so hard to say, in a old abandoned toy warehouse, and there's like a mystery that's revolved around what's going on in this abandoned toy warehouse, and you're trying to figure it out, and eerie things happen. Perhaps you're not alone. I don't know. I haven't gotten too far into it. It says I've played for 80 minutes, so I haven't gotten too far into it, but I do know that they just recently came out with a third chapter or third story for Poppy Playtime, so I'm trying to catch up and get into the story. It is so eerie. It is so well done. Y'all, I don't know if I could play this game. I just got to a scene that is so scary. I can't. I am so scared. I jumped and screamed several times to a point where I don't know if I can continue on unless Ian's home. I'm too scared. The jump scares are a lot. All right, friends, I am adding a fourth hobby to this video right at the very last minute because I actually didn't do any body movement today. Obviously, I spent a lot of time kind of sitting at the kitchen table and doing things that required me to sit, and so my body is craving some movement. So I think what I'm going to do is head downstairs and go on the treadmill for about 30 minutes with Ian once he gets home. So I have my hair tied up. I actually changed into some workout clothes. So yeah, I'm gonna get some body movement in. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. Like I said, this is the first of its kind, so let me know if you want to see more videos like this or similar videos to this. I had such a great day. I feel like I fueled my mind, body, and soul. My brain feels super enriched, and it's just the best feeling. I cannot wait to implement more days like this into my lifestyle. They are absolutely needed. They're absolutely necessary, and I hope this kind of inspired you to think that way as well. Please have yourself a hobby day. No matter what day it is, whatever you can swing it. It's 100% worth it. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will talk to you in next week's video.